The wide receiver core, as good as Odell Beckham is and as good as Cooper Kupp is, the better wide receivers in this game come from the Bengals.
And
See, you say that?
Cooper Kupp and JaMarr Chase is a wash. They're a
But
wash.
Odell's significantly better than Boyd or Higgins.
Really? Significant?
Yeah.
I don't
listen,
think so. This is not the Odell Beckham from the Giants, okay?
But he really hasn't regressed. I know that's shocking to hear from people, and you're going to bring up his numbers, and it drives me nuts. Because when you watch Odell play, he's still very elusive. He's one of the most elusive guys in the open field still. He's a great route runner, and he's got great hands. So as far as I'm concerned, when Odell hits free agency, he will be the
Odell played 14 games
second or third best receiver option available.
Fine. For Odell Beckham played 14 games this year. 44 receptions, 537 yards, 5 touchdowns. Okay? Speedy, I'm not going to wait for you because you should be bringing it up, but I shouldn't have to look myself. I'm trying to get Higgins. You should automatically look up Higgins' numbers and Boyd's numbers, so I don't have to look this up. But
1,091 yards, 6 touchdowns, 74 catches.
Hold on, Nathan. What is
74 catches, 1,091 yards, and 6 touchdowns for
Higgins. Higgins is the better wide receiver
in 14 games.
He's a better wide receiver. They played both of them played 14 games.
Yeah.
Both
God forbid you guys use common sense.
You're telling me Higgins isn't better?
No.
Oh, God.
There's no way in hell. Van Jefferson's not better than Boyd or Higgins.
The better wide receivers are on the Bengals. It's not even close.
The better numbers are on the Bengals.
No. The better wide receivers.
Had the Browns used Odell properly the first 8 weeks, we don't even know where the Rams would be.
Are you going to go back and forth with this whole Odell Beckham?
No,
Odell
I'm
Beckham
not.
is not the
Absolutely
same.
not.
He's not the same player he once was, and he did regress. He's 29 years old. He had a good season going when he went over there to L.A. Not a great season. And to say that he's better than Higgins when Higgins had almost 600 more yards than him, and how many more touchdowns? 9. He had 9 touchdowns as the second guy.
Yeah, Boyd and Jefferson are pretty much a wash too. Boyd's 67, 828 yards and 5 touchdowns, and then Jefferson had 6 touchdowns and 802 yards on 50 catches. So that's pretty much
So by that
too.
logic, you guys are going to sit here and tell me that Van Jefferson's better than Odell too?
What happened?
50
No,
catches,
Van Jefferson's
802
got better
yards.
numbers than Odell, right?
No. Van Jefferson.
No, they were
saying?
comparing. He was comparing Higgins, not
Higgins.
No, I
not
understand.
Jefferson,
I
and not
think
Boyd.
Van Jefferson
Higgins
has
is
better
one of-
numbers than Odell.
Higgins
so
is-
you two would take Van Jefferson before you take
I
Odell.
would take the wide receiving core, the Bengals, absolutely over the Rams.
That's fine.
It's not even close.
But the Rams are going to find guys that are going to make the tight end.
How about the tight end?
If he plays,
Right.
Higbee, if he plays.
Well, Higbee will be there, but
Higbee-
they do a
Higbee's
lot
better.
to a tight end.
I don't
set.
think Higbee's better than the
Osama?
tight end. Yeah, Osama.
And then, he's hurt too, so we got to
He's
see.
coming back. He's playing in the game.
Okay, both of them are
Well,
going
right.
to be playing
but
at not
those
100%.
two tight ends for the Rams, I'll take over the 2 tight ends of the Bengals.
I'm talking about the
I'm
wide
taking the
receiver.
offensive line of the
I'm talking
Rams.
about the speed that the Bengals have on the outside.
Sure.
And listen,
Right.
Higgins is so underrated. People don't respect.
very underrated.
People don't realize how good Higgins is. And when you have 2 wide receivers that has over 1,000 yards this year, and another wide receiver that has close to 900 yards,
They
I
still
mean,
got Tate somewhere hidden, right?
I mean,
Yes. Ian Harditz's boy, Auden Tate. Get him back in there.
I mean, for God's sake, somebody trade for
Free
him.
Auden Tate.
honestly, it's not going to be easy for the Rams to stop this 3-headed monster. I'm telling you right now, you're going to see one of these guys get loose and one of these guys have a big, huge game. Now, JaMarr Chase, I don't think Ramsey's going to be able to contain him the whole game. And you're going to see JaMarr Chase, he's a very good route runner. And as good as Ramsey is, running the different routes with these wide receivers, he's had problems against the faster wide receivers on the outside. And I think in this game, don't be surprised if JaMarr Chase beats Ramsey on the outside in one of these games and absolutely explodes in this game. Now, Higgins, his size and his ability, this is why I think what
He's
makes
like,
Higgins so dangerous. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
He plays like a tight end. He's like he looks like a tight end, T. Higgins. So he's
Way faster than a tight end.
Yeah. But I think, in my opinion, the Bengals have the height. They have the height advantage when it comes to the offense. I feel like, and Eric, I feel bad for Eric Whittle, he hasn't played in 2 years and coming back.
I don't feel bad for him. I think he's going to play well in this game. He's played well against teams, two really good teams already. And I don't think Weddle's going to be the one that you're going to point out and think it's because of Weddle or why they lost. I think when you look at the big picture, Do they have enough guys in their secondary to stop T. Higgins, Boyd, and JaMarr Chase? And the answer is, if you look at the paper, they don't. They really don't. Even if they have Ramsey one-on-one with JaMarr Chase, the question is, could he stop JaMarr Chase one-on-one? The Rams haven't played the Bengals yet this year. Okay? So he's not seen JaMarr Chase on the field. And JaMarr Chase has played against some of the best corners in the league and has completely killed them. Let's go through. Let's go look at what JaMarr Chase has played against this year. Go to the corners that he's played
The Ravens,
against.
I know he torched when their secondary was healthy in the first game of the season. Vikings, 101 yards. That wasn't really much.
My question is, would you put? Let's reverse this. My question is, would you put Eli Apple on Cooper Kupp?
First of all,
they're not going to have to. They're going to do more than one combo on.
First of all, people have been taking shots at Eli Apple really since he was drafted. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you.
He's having a great season.
Hold on 1 second, Nathan. A lot of people over the last couple of years have taken shots, including Speedy, of Eli Apple and that he was a bust. The Giants should have never drafted him at number 10 a couple of years ago. Eli Apple, really, for the Bengals this year, has really shown up to be a very profitable piece to this secondary. And I'll tell you this right now, Eli Apple is going to play a big part. If they have a chance to beat the Rams, Eli Apple is going to have to make plays like he did last game. And I believe Eli Apple has changed. Ever since he went to the Bengals, he's been a different player. So remember, Eli Apple has talents. He wouldn't have been drafted in the first round if they didn't think that he did. The thing is, he's been thrown around. He's been on the Saints. And by the way, he played very well with the Saints, too, when he went over there with the Saints. He didn't really develop with the Giants. Maybe it was because of the coaching. Maybe it was because of the players that he was playing with. It didn't fit the culture over there. But Eli Apple has been so very underrated this year. And a lot of people have got to stop busting his chops because what is Trey saying over here? Can do brew? What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
Eli Apple is trash. Errol Stop and Quine Kinnebrew? No, I'm not sure what.
Eli Apple is trash.
Trey, I'm not sure what K Kinnebrew or Quine Kinnebrew is. So
hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Eli Apple is trash. Is that what he said?
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about Eli Apple. Do you think if Eli Apple wasn't on this team, do you think the Bengals have gotten through against Kansas City? Answer that question, Trey, because there was quite a few parts of that game where the Kansas City Chiefs were getting to the secondary of the Bengals, okay? And what did they do? They put Eli Apple on Travis Kelce. Then they put him on at some points, not all the points.
They put him in hard zones a lot of the time against the screen passes.
Screen passes against Tyreek Hill and all that other stuff. And he did very, very well, especially on the outside. To say that he's trash, I don't know what you're talking about because if Eli, and by the way, remember Pac-Man Jones? And Pac-Man Jones, okay, and I'm not saying that Eli Apple is Pac-Man Jones, okay? I'm not saying that. But what Eli Apple does is he annoys people on the field. Now, Eli Apple is a trash talker. Everything that I've heard about him, he talks a lot of trash and stuff like that. He gets into people. Why do they call him the Quiet Assassin? Okay, that is his nickname, the Quiet Assassin. All right, so he has been a very different player since he's gone to the Bengals and even the Saints.
The Saints helped him a lot.
The Saints absolutely helped him on a good defense. He played with Lattimore, a guy that has been very successful in this league since he's been drafted from Ohio State. And to say that he's trash is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous statement. He's not trash. I understand that people don't say that. I don't think Eli Apple is a top corner in this league. I never said that. But to say that he's trash, it's completely bogus, Speedy. Absolutely bogus.
So to answer your question about JaMarr Chase, there were kind of three games where top corners limited him that were, I guess, competitive
What's
games.
limited? What's limited?
All right, so
70 yards?
The Jets game where they lost 34-31. He got a touchdown, but he only had 3 catches, 32 yards beyond that.
What's his name? He played very well. Bryce Hall played very,
Yep.
But Bryce Hall played very well against a lot of good wide receivers.
No. I'm not arguing that. So the Raiders, the first meeting in the regular season.
And here, by the way, Bryce Hall is very long and very athletic.
So is Jalen Ramsey.
He's not long. Jalen Ramsey is not long.
Same stat line against the Raiders when they played in the regular season. 3 catches, 32 yards. That was against Casey Hayward. And that game was the Bengals ran away with later. So, again, they probably weren't throwing a lot at the end of that game. This is the only one that's probably, because it was a lower scoring game, maybe a little more concerning. The Broncos held them just 1 catch for 3 yards when they played in Week 15. So those are the only 3 that you would say, I guess, shut down
somebody
corners.
I may be working here soon. Who's Q Gunabu? Who's that? I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know who that is, Trey. So
no, I guess he's bringing this guy onto his show. I guess.
Maybe. I don't know.
Is that what you're saying? Trey, I don't know what you're trying to say. Make some sense on here because we don't know who Q Kinnebrew is. Is she a sports fan? Is she joining your show? I don't get what you're trying to say. But what do you have to say, Nathan?
On Eli Apple, I mean, obviously he didn't do good with the Giants, but I give him this guy works his ass off every day. I give him credit what he's doing now with Cincinnati. I feel like the change of scenery helped him a lot going through the teams. Even the Saints, he played with the Saints. I think correct me if I'm wrong, he was with the Saints, right? Yeah. So I think after the Saints and then going to the Bengals, I think he changed his whole career around, and now he has a chance to win a Super Bowl ring and prove people wrong. So I think, in my opinion, I think this guy is going to be another key to the Bengals winning the Super Bowl. I feel like this guy will step up here. And
who's playing DraftKings? Because I'm going to tell you a very important piece. If the Bengals win, Joe Mixon is going to have a big game.
Yeah, Joe Mixon. Yeah,
he is going to have a big game. Everybody keeps talking, and I've been talking about the wide receivers. Joe Mixon is going to have to run the ball on the outside. He's going to have to somehow figure out the offensive, the running game before they open up the field for the throwing game. And I think Joe Mixon, to me, is the better running back out of both sides of the ball. Now, I think they're going to have to create some schemes that he can catch the ball in the backfield like he did against Kansas City. Because Kansas City, after you beat the front 7, you have opening looks, and they're weak on one side of the hashes. If Ramsey's on the right side, you can go to the left. I don't trust Williams. And are they going to put Weddle over there with Williams? I don't know. Are you going to trust Weddle, being that he's been out of the league for 2 years? I don't know if you do that. So, to me, I think when you look at the big picture and the position that the Rams are in, I believe Joe Burrow is going to find holes to try to use Mixon in the on the outside where it's going to break tackles and open up the field for his wide receivers. I think that makes a lot of sense. Snug says maybe Joe Mixon throws a touchdown.
Oh,
and
trick plays.
You're going to see trick plays in this game. I absolutely believe it. A lot of these coaches, we've seen this.
Over under trick plays. Over under. How many?
2. 5.
No, 5 is
three.
too many.
I'll say 3.
There'll be 5.
I'll say 3.
I see 2. I say 2. I'll say this: special teams. If the Bengals are down by 2 touchdowns, expect the Bengals to do a fake punt or something like that. I could see something like that, putting JaMarr Chase on the kick return or something like that. So they'll do something to open up the field. But I could see quite a few trick plays. I don't think more than 2 because usually both teams do 1, in the game, something surprising.
I'll say the Rams and the Bengals offense each do 1, and then like the Rams special team, because they always have a very creative, with Johnny Hecker, they always have the fake punts ready for something like that too. I could see them doing 1.
You want a name to watch out for? I got Ben Skoronrik.
Wow, that's quite a name. Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah.
He's like their 5th receiver.
Well, no, now he's 4. So he gets a lot of looks, and Matt Stafford always finds him for a big play down the field. Whether he catches the ball or not is a different story.
Carl says, Speedy, what is the best prop bet you like? That's what Carl is saying.
Prop bet? Ooh. You want a player prop or in-game prop?
Carl, I would not take a bet on anything Speedy says because he usually is wrong.
I'm not a betting expert, Carl, so you want to describe a specific player?
You're probably better off asking me because I'm pretty good at it, even though I don't.
Well, he asked me, so if he wants to ask you too, that's fine. But he asked me, Carl, you want a player or you want a game stat? What do you want?
Oh God.
I'll tell you this: Joe Mixon a touchdown definitely in this game. I'm telling you right now.
Yes, I think
Joe Mixon definitely. T. Higgins definitely.
JaMarr Chase.
T. Higgins has more than 80 yards in this game.
Yep.
All right. On the Rams side, Cooper Kupp, definitely a touchdown. They're not going to look Odell Beckham's way as much as you think they're going to look.